Hello everyone. Today we'll discuss the mechanism of respiration. The process of respiration it involves the two processes or two pathways. One is the inspiration and the another one is the expiration. That is also called as a inhalation and exhalation. During inspiration or inhalation, the atmospheric air is taken in and that air it goes to the through the external nostrils and then to the nasal cavity. From nasal cavity, the air goes to the nasopharynx. From that, it reaches to the larynx, and from larynx, it goes to the trachea. From trachea, air it goes to the bronchi and then bronchioles. At the end, there are the alveoli, or that is the alveolar duct and the alveoli, which are richly or profusely supplied with a blood vessel, where there is a simply the exchange of gases, that is O2 and the CO2. The O2 is taken um, by the alveoli or the capillary network, and the CO2 is released. So during the inspiration, whatever the air is taken from that air, the oxygen is taken in and the CO2 is released. Whatever the CO2 is released, that must be released outside, and that occurs by the process that we called it as a expiration. It is just vice versa process. That is the what the during expiration, what happens? The air or the CO2 from the alveoli, it goes to the alveolar duct, then reaches the bronchioles, then to bronchi, and then trachea, larynx, then to the nasopharynx, and then nasal cavity, and from nasal cavity it goes to the external nostrils, and finally the CO2 is released outside into the atmosphere. These are the two processes. One is a inspiration and another one is a expiration or exhalation. The inflow and outflow of air between atmosphere and the alveoli of the lungs is called as a breathing. It is affected by expansion and contraction of the lungs. During inhalation or inspiration, the diaphragm and the intercostal muscles get contract, and during exhalation, these muscles get relaxed, means the diaphragm get relaxed and the diaphragm domes upward during the exhalation. This results the pulling of the ribs upwards and outwards. The structure of the lungs is most suitable for the process of breathing. It is the alveoli of the lung that exchange of gases takes place. Since there are number of alveoli, there is an increased surface area for the lungs. Also, the muscles between ribs and the diaphragm help the process of inspiration and the expiration. The changes that occur to the thoracic wall and the diaphragm help the processes of inspiration and expiration. The changes that occur in the this thoracic wall and the diaphragm, it helps in the inhalation and exhalation. The diaphragm is a muscular wall that separates the thoracic and abdominal cavities in the mammals. When the diaphragm lowers, The thoracic cavity expands and the pressure inside it lowers. Then the air rushes into the lungs. The process is called as a inspiration. Means what happens during the inspiration? The thoracic cavity expands, the diaphragm lowers down, and the pressure inside it also lowers down, and so that the air rushes into the lungs, and the process is called as an inspiration. During the expiration or exhalation, just opposite to the inspiration occurs. What happens to the diaphragm? The diaphragm rises or it moves upwards. The thoracic cavity contracts and the pressure inside it increases so that the air is pushed out of the lungs, and the process is called as a expiration. Means during expiration the diaphragm moves upward or it rises, thoracic cavity get contracts and pressure inside it increases, and the air is pushed out of the lungs. Then what what is the content in the inhaled air and the exhaled air? Means if you observe the components of the air, main components of the air are the oxygen, then carbon dioxide, water vapor, and the nitrogen. The inhaled air that comprises of 21% of oxygen, 0.03% of the CO2, 0.03% of the water vapor, and 78.94% that is the nitrogen. Whereas exhaled air, it having the 14% of air, that is the 14% of oxygen in the air. That means the 7% of the oxygen is taken up by the lungs or alveoli during the diffusion. The CO2 amount of the CO2 it remarkably increase in the exhaled air. That is, here in inhaled air it was 0.03, but in exhaled air it remarkably increased, that is a 5%. The water vapors also released in much more quantity rather than that of the inhaled air, that is 2.06, and the nitrogen remain as it is. That means during the inhalation, whatever the air along with the oxygen was taken, oxygen was utilized, that is the 7% of the oxygen was utilized, and so therefore exhaled air percentage of the oxygen is very less, or the 14%. And the what in contrast to that, the CO2 or the level of the CO2, that is a 5% of the CO2, it is exhaled in the air during the exhalation. The amount of oxygen in the expired air is less than that of the inspired air. It is because some oxygen in the inspired air is absorbed into the blood. The amount of CO2 in the expired air is more. It is because during the exchange of gases, some CO2 in the blood diffused into the air in the lungs. When energy is produced in the cells, water is formed as a byproduct. A portion of this water joins the expired air, and that is why the amount of water is more in the expired air, that is 2.06. Then the nitrogen is neither absorbed or expelled, so there is no difference in the amount of the nitrogen. When we breathe or during the inspiration, the following happens. The first is the diaphragm pulls down, and the intercostal muscles which are attached to the water ribs, these are gets contract. The air pressure is reduced, and The air is sucked through the tubes into the lungs. The chest expands. These are the things which happens during the inspiration or inhalation. The diaphragm, it gets pulled down and therefore the chest expands. The intercostal muscles contract, air pressure is reduced, and so air is sucked or rushed into the tubes and towards the alveoli or towards the lungs. Then during expiration, what happens? Just opposite to the inspiration. In this, during the expiration or the exhalation, the diaphragm relaxes into a dome position. The intercostal muscles relaxes. The chest becomes smaller. Then the pressure increases in the lungs and air is forced out. What are these? The diaphragm relaxes in position and to the dome shaped position. The intercostal muscle relaxes. The chest becomes smaller. Pressure increases in the lungs and air is forced out. This is the figure which shows the location of external and internal uh, intercostal muscles and the internal intercostal muscles. This is a thoracic cavity and this is a sternum or sternal bone, and these are the position during the inhalation and the exhalation. These are the intercostal muscles which relaxes and contracted during the what? The inspiration and the exhalation, and this is a diaphragm. This is the diaphragm which changes its shape during exhalation and inhalation. So the process of inspiration and expiration occurs during the what? The mechanism of the breathing and how there is a changes in the intercostal muscles and the diaphragm. Thank you.